In this video, we're going to talk about Exploring Data Quiz 1, the review questions. Question 1. A school district which has 9,000 students wants to gather information on eating habits of its students to improve its current lunch menu. It should collect data from a sample of the population. So consider there's 9,000 students. It probably won't be feasible to collect data from all the students in the district. So we're going to say this is true. So they should only collect a sample of this population. Question 2. A die was thrown 100 times. The frequency distribution is shown in the following table. What is the frequency of the numbers less than 4? So we have the 1, the 2, and the 3. 4 is not less than 4. So we want to add are the numbers 21 plus 11 plus 15. 21 plus 11 will be 32 plus 15 to give me 47. So the correct answer has to be B. Next. So find the mean, median, and mode for the following data set. We have, I'll write them down so I can do these quickly in Desmos. 11, 7, 1, 7, and 99. We're going to go to our Desmos graphing calculator. Let's clear out everything else we put in. So first you want to do is hit the plus, grab the table, and then we'll type in 11, enter, 7, enter, 1, enter, 7, enter, and 99, enter. Next you want to do is you want to go to line 2, hit functions, hit mean. We'll type in x1, and we have a mean of 25. We'll hit functions again, hit median, type in x1, and we have a median of 7. So if we look at number 1, we have a mean of 25, median 6. That doesn't help. B has a mean of 32 and a median of 6. That doesn't help. But C has the correct answer. Mean 25, median is 7, and we're done that question. Okay, next. Brianna created a chart with the numbers of visitors to each section for an hour. Identify categorical and numerical variables. Categoricals are usually words. So when you think about categorical variables, you might think about if you have shirts, you might have pink or blue or green or whatever color. So they're usually words. So if we look at the top of the chart, we have our section, which is broken into categories, which is our waterworks, around the world, eco station, history theater, and invention convention. So they're the categories of the different sections of the museum. So let's type in section for our categorical. And our numerical will be just simply the number of visitors. I can count that there's 40 visitors in waterworks within an hour. There's 50 visitors in around the world within an hour, 90 within the eco station within an hour, 100 people within the history theater within the hour, and 80 in invention convention within the hour. So you just write the top of the list. That would be number of visitors. Number 5. Brianna created a chart and bar graph with a number of visitors in each section of the museum during 1 hour. So this time it's asking us to create a bar graph. So we see that there's 40 in waterworks. We find the bar above waterworks and drag it up to 40. We look around the world, there's 50, so we drag the bar around the world up to 50. The eco station should be at 90, so we're going to drag the eco station up to 90. The history theater should go up to 100, so I'm going to drag the history theater up to 100. And invention convention should be at 80, so we're going to drag that up to 80, and we are done that question. Just make sure everything lines up. Okay. Number 6, how many students, so we have, or use the bar graph to below to answer the following questions. What states the distribution of the number of syllables in Mr. Thompson's homeroom? So we have a bar graph and it says how many students are in Mr. Thompson's homeroom. So first we have to figure out how many are in each bar. So there's 5 in this one, 1 in this one, sorry, there's 12 in this one. Then there would be 10, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. Just add them together. 5 plus 12 is 17, 27, 34, 5, 6, 38. So adding all together, we get 38. Okay, we want to figure out how many students have no siblings. So if we look at the bar above 0 siblings, it goes up to 5. So there's 0 students that have, there's 5 students that have 0 siblings. Okay, find the median and mode number of students for the number of students in Mr. Thompson's homeroom. So for the mode, that's the easy one. That's just the highest bar. So this is my mode. So that would be the number at the bottom. So that would be 1. Now the median. How many, you want to find out the median. So we know there's 38 students. So there's 2 ways we can approach this. So 38 divided 2, you want to find the 19th number. Okay, so if we look at our bars, we have 5 and 0, 12 and 1, so that gets me to 17. So we know our median has to be 2. So if this is confusing, what you could do is you just write it out. So write out 5 zeros, 3, 4, 5, 12 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 10 twos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 threes, 1, 2, 3. 4 fours, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 5, 2 sixes, and 1 7. And then just use a cross-off method. It's a little bit more time-consuming, but it should give us the same answer as we initially said. That's 2. And just keep crossing until you get to the middle. That's 1, so I'll go back and hit it. So our middle number should be 2. So that gives us our median. Okay, next, we need to fill in our table. So let's erase all this extra stuff we don't need any longer. So 0, the frequency would be 5. So it's asking us to fill our frequency and our relative frequency. So our frequency of 0 is 5. There's 38 students, so it's going to be 5 over 38 or 5/38. For 1, there's 12. So you just write in 12/38. To do 2, it'd be 10. Because if we look at the bar above 2, it goes to the 10, then you just write 10/38. To do 3, it goes to the 3, so you did 3, and then 3/38. For 4 goes up to 4. So you type in 4, and then it's 4/38. 5 goes up to 1, so it'd be 1 and 1/38. For 6, it goes up to 2, so it goes 2 and 2/38. And then 7 goes up to 1, so it'd be 1 and 1/38. And we're done. Question number 7. Okay, question number 8. It says use the bar graph to answer the following. So it's asking us to find the mean number of syllables per student. So this is where we go into Desmos. And let's just make a quick table so we can see them side by side. There's 0, 5, 1, 12, 2, and 10, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 1, 6 and 2, 7 and 1. Let's clear all this extra stuff out. So you go 0 times 5. So it's multiply these two, then add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add, then multiply. So that's what we're going to be doing here. 0 times 5 plus 1 times 12 plus 2 times 10 plus 3 times 3 plus 4 times 4 plus 5 times 1 plus 6 times 2 plus 7 times 1. And you get 81. So now the last step is we just want to take the 81. We know there's 38 students. We're going to take 81 divide 38, and our mean would be 2.13. So our mean number of students would be mean 2.13, and we are done. And our last question. So Adriana is a chief executive of a small company, Textile, which makes technical instruments. 15 people, including Susie, work in the company. The company shares the jobs and their salaries. So the chief executive makes $750,000. The marketing manager makes $150,000, same as a production manager. You have 3 technicians that make $60,000. You have the office workers, 2 of them that make $50,000 each. The assembly workers, 5 of them that make $40,000 each, and the cleaner, there's 2 of those that make $30,000 each. So we want to find the mean, median, and mode, and determine if I was trying to advertise this job, what will be the best way to advertise the average salary. So let's first write down our list. So when we go down to Desmos, we can just quickly put it in the table. So 150,000, just one, another 150,000, 60,000. So I'm gonna write down 3. So I'm gonna write that down 3 times 50,000. There's 2 of those guys. There's 40,000. There's 5 of those, and then there's 30,000. And there's 2 of those. And now we're going to switch to Desmos. We'll hit clear, we'll clear everything out. We'll add a table. So now we're just going to type in our number. Be careful, do not add in commas, otherwise Desmos does not recognize it. Enter. So 750,000, 150,000, another 150,000. Then we'll type in 60,000 3 times. 60,000. 60,000. Then 50,000 twice. Then 40,000 5 times. Another 40,000. Keep typing 40,000. We're on our third one. One too many zeros. 2 more 40,000s. 1 more, and we're done our 40,000. And then type in 30,000 twice. 1 more time. Okay, last step. We need to go here, and we want to go to functions. We want to go to mean, and we want to just type in X1. So our mean is $106,000, and our next thing we want is our median. Erase this for a second. Median is going to be X1, and our mean is 50,000. So let's just write this down so we don't forget when we go back to our question. Mean was 106,000, and our median is going to be 50,000. So we go back to our question now. So now we know our mean and our median. So just type it in. Mean equals $106,000. Our median was $50,000. And our mode is the easiest one to pick off. That's just the number that had the most number of people making that amount. So since there's 5 people making $40,000, and that's the most number of people making that amount of money, so our mode has to be $40,000. Now, we're being asked, which of the 3 averages, mean, median, or mode, most accurately reflects what the average employee earns? So the mode, even though that has the most number of people making that, we want to know the average. So usually we think of averages, we want to think about median or mean. So the mean is $106,000, but there's only 3 people making more than $106,000. There's several people making far less than $106,000. So what we would say is the median better reflects what the average employee makes, since it is closer to what most of the employees make. And we are done this review.